Hey, Pisces, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your October 2025 love reading. Today's session is all about love in all its forms, including self-love. Whether you are single or in a relationship, we know that the love we cultivate within ourselves sets the tone for every connection in our lives. So today, Pisces, I invite you to fall in love with yourself. I want to guide you in exploring both your inner and outer world by addressing any challenges or blockages so that love can flow freely into every relationship you touch. So let's dive in here and take a look at what it is you are currently cultivating. You have Temperance at the bottom of the deck. This is beautiful. Pisces, you are focusing on creating a balanced lifestyle that is good for the mind, good for the body, good for the spirit. You're also connecting to the angelic realm. You may also be supported by someone loving and kind who is no longer here in the earthly plane. Some of you, this is a godparent. It could be a grandparent here. And you may even call in the angels, Michael or Raphael, to help you in times of stress. Now, temperance is also about patience. It is about you taking care of yourself and trusting in the great unfolding, because there are times when things are out of our control. Things feel crazy. Things feel, temperamental here. But I feel like you have been doing a lot of work on participating in certain activities, certain rituals, certain practices that help you find peace and calm within chaos. So I see also that some of you are working on creating a balanced schedule. I'm getting a schedule here, just like a recipe, right? We want to have the right ingredients in order to make, the perfect recipe that comes out looking and smelling and tasting good. I feel like some of you are also taking the bits and pieces of your life, kind of like in the recipe, and you are concocting something bigger. So it feels like you are opening up to a greater love through patience, through compassion, and through deep understanding here of the things that are within your control, Pisces, and the things that are external, the things that are out of your control, and you're trying not to focus on the things that you cannot change. Now, let's dive in here and take a look at the messages that your spiritual guides have for you. You have celebration. I'm loving this. Is someone getting married? Perhaps there's an anniversary or a birthday party, or you could be connecting with someone new here. I feel like you are moving on to bigger and better. You are leveling up. Some of you may actually be traveling or moving, and it feels like you've undergone a period of grief for some of you, maybe a period of loss or even an ending. But I see here that you are recognizing the changes that you've gone through have not been a setback, but have actually helped you grow in some way. Even if that challenge, that loss, or that struggle was one of the most challenging and difficult periods of your life, you have come back with this renewed sense of confidence, this renewed sense of strength and determination. Things are going to start shifting here in a very beautiful way. And it says, you are a big deal. You are worthy of celebrating all of your accomplishments, big and small. Today, acknowledge yourself and celebrate. Yeah, this is about you looking back and seeing how far you've come, but also everything that you have taken accountability for. So creating that balanced lifestyle means that you have actioned up what you've needed to do to find that inner peace, to, find that inner stability here. And I feel like you may have been focusing on healthy eating, perhaps, exercising better, or getting in touch with your own body, your own intuition here, and really leaning into trusting in spirit, trusting in the great unfolding here. And knowing that, for one, not only are you a big deal, but I feel like you have been taking time to rest and to pause when your body is guiding you to rest and pause. So some of you may be enjoying more leisurely days. You may be manifesting here, a life that feels more simple, right? Simplicity may be something you are wanting more of. Nobody wants tons of drama, right? Nobody wants a life that feels overly complicated. But when you are well equipped with the spiritual tools that can help you get through some of life's curveballs, this makes things a bit easier for you. And it was through something very difficult in the past, because you have the death card here showing up. This tells me that you have undergone a major metamorphosis. I feel like you are better equipped with how to deal with some of life's challenges. And now you get to celebrate because there's a win. You have this magnetic energy about you, Pisces. When you are aligned, you radiate your best self to the world, receiving back more than what you dreamed possible. What you are magnetizing is also magnetizing you. There is magic here. Yes, there is. And because this is an ancient, historic place, some of you, this has to do with healing history, healing bloodline, healing lineage, ancestral wounding, something that goes back, perhaps even before birth, prior to this lifetime, or it could be a family dynamic that is played out, generations before you. But I see that you are a cycle breaker. You are someone that is here to radiate your best self and to learn from your ancestors, or to learn from the lessons that you have endured so you don't have to repeat them. And that could be what you are celebrating here. Next, we have soul sacred essence. Close your eyes and feel the rhythm of your sacred essence. Get lost in time. Get lost within yourself. This is a call to deepen the intimacy within. Connect with you. So that's what's happening here, is you're opening up a portal. You see the gateway, the archway showing up on this card. Archways and doors represent portals, meaning you're stepping into a new chapter, Pisces, a new era of your life. And I feel like you are trusting. You see that her eyes are closed, and she is trusting in the unknown, allowing her intuitive knowing to lead the way. And I see here that you are attracting something quite beautiful. You're attracting the temperance here. This is someone, for those of you that may be single, this is someone who is patient, someone who is kind, someone who does not boast, right? This is someone who's trustworthy, someone who's honest, someone who may be a family man or woman, someone who has done a lot of work on themselves. They've gone through a lot of grief themselves. But I feel like you are wanting to simplify things, and you're wanting a partner here who can be your best friend, someone that you can enjoy, your cup of coffee with, that you can have conversations with, that you can also enjoy all of life's pleasures with as well, and throw in spontaneity here and there, but you feel like things have slowed down, where you're able to spend time with those that you love. And that's what you are cultivating. So let's move into your tarot cards here. Let's look at the current energy that you are in right now, perhaps with yourself or with someone around you. You're moving on. 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is my Eat, Pray, Love card, or Eat, Pray, Love energy. If you are familiar with the book or the movie with Julia Roberts, it is about the quest for something deeper, the quest for something more meaningful, where you may have felt like you had everything at one point, but sometimes that shifts. Sometimes our mind changes. We outgrow relationships. We're no longer happy with the current situation that we are in. Therefore, we are seeking a new experience of the heart. And I see here that it's your time. It is your time here to discover your own personal growth, even if that means walking away from an old version of yourself. Okay, outdated energies that you've outgrown. This could even be certain relationship styles or dynamics, because you want something that feels more spiritual. You want something that feels deeper, because maybe lately you haven't felt as connected. And I feel like you are being guided here to open yourself to discovery and move on here towards your 9 of Cups, which I actually see you doing. You have the 9 of Cups here as your guidance. So instead of focusing on the past, instead of focusing on what you are leaving behind, focus on what you are moving towards. Because it's like the whole saying is the glass half full, glass half empty. I feel like it's important for you to keep your chin up, right? Keep your head up here. Put one foot in front of the other. And you are moving through the motions. Cups are about feelings as well, right? The cups are our relationships, our desires, our joys, our heart, our emotions, our intimacy. And I see that you want something that feels more fulfilling, and you are ready to lean in that direction. And there may be a level of grief. Some of you may be widowed, or you have gone through that experience in the past, and it sat with you for a little while. But I feel like you're dusting yourself off and you're trying again. So let's move into the block, the challenge. What is preventing love from perhaps flowing freely within you or even out to others here? We have the Sun. The Sun is showing up as a block, which means that the Sun is here, but perhaps it's felt like the Moon has been, out. Like, when's that Sun going to come out? It's been rainy. It's been stormy. I haven't felt the Sun in quite some time. That's what you are asking yourself is, what makes me happy? What can I do inside while that storm is out there? What can I look within myself? What's going to make me happy? And I feel like that's the question you are asking yourself while you're witnessing the storm and the rain and everything external. You're paying attention to, the inner joys. And you are making space for happiness. You are creating happiness by releasing and letting go of maybe the ego, letting go of fears, letting go of the things that do not fulfill you emotionally. That's not always an easy thing to do, because we can breed emotional attachments to things that we no longer need in our lives. It can even be relationships that we have outgrown, or ones that are no longer in our lives, but we tend to carry that emotional heaviness like a bag of bricks, and it can block our happiness. So when this shows up as the challenge, it's actually a good thing that it's here nonetheless, because it means that there's sunshine underneath of it. There's sunshine here. There's abundance. There's warmth. There's love. Now, some of you could be parents. Perhaps you feel like you couldn't shift gears because you were caregiving for your own children. Or maybe there's been some sort of like parental alienation, or there's been a struggle here with custody. I feel like you also are nurturing and embracing your own inner child. You may be asking that little one within you, Pisces, what do you need right now? Do you need love? Do you need support? Do you need a hug? Right? Do you need to talk to someone? Do you need to, create a piece of art? What is it that's going to lift up your soul? Just like she is lifting up this child, that's what you're doing here, is your inner child is ready to shine, to have some fun. Some of you, that may have been part of the challenge, is have you been allowing yourself by creating space in your schedule to have fun? To let your hair down, to maybe go dancing, to try out that new restaurant, to put yourself out there on a new date, or to connect with a partner here or a family member whom you haven't felt connected with in quite some time. So you have the capability here to bring in happiness, but I feel like it starts, of course, within. Now, what's the inner awareness? What truth about yourself do you need to see more clearly? Justice, that you are more balanced than you realize. Now, justice here can also be about, accountability. taking accountability here for your own actions, taking accountability for your own healing, and also letting karma play out. Sometimes we are wronged. Sometimes people do things to us that feel unfair. Sometimes we are in contracts that are karmic because we are meant to learn and grow and evolve, but we can also place that blame on others, and we feel like we can't rest until there's justice, until there's karma. But you are not here to be, the justice keeper. That is a spiritual universal law. Justice is going to take care of itself. Karma is going to take care of itself. I feel like your number one soul responsibility is for you to create a balanced lifestyle that is good for your mind, whatever that looks like, good for your body, whatever that feels like, and good for your spirit, whatever uplifts you, whatever gets you closer to God. And I see here that, yes, you may have gone through an ugly divorce. Some of you have gone through a battle here of a legal system. I'm also getting, some of you may have been, wow, I haven't heard this one for a while, deported. So some of you could have been deported here, meaning you've had to kind of go back to a country that you came from. Maybe you've built a life here, or this could be like international is what I'm getting. Some of you may be contemplating like leaving in some way, or maybe there's been some sort of court order where you've had to stay, or you could be moving. I'm getting something along the lines of travel or moving. But I do see here that Spirit wants you to know, your higher self wants you to know that justice will be served, and you are creating a balanced lifestyle that is going to be beneficial for everyone involved. For everyone involved here, even if it doesn't always feel that way at first. Now, what is the external influence? 3 of Cups. Okay, so for those of you that may like to indulge on an alcoholic beverage from time to time, try not to let yourself get carried away, okay? And maybe there's someone in your life who has a struggle maintaining their own composure or their own words or their own actions when they're under the influence here, because external influences here, they're having a good time, they're partying, they're letting their hair down, but it's also with a boundary. You can drink responsibly if you drink, and perhaps there are certain people that cannot do that. Now, it doesn't have to be drinking, but because these 3 girls are having the time of their life with a big martini glass there, for some of you, it's someone who may not be able to, do so. They may not have the ability to, maintain that composure. But I'm also getting here with this external influence is, excuse me, someone may be lashing out in some way because they don't feel a part of a tribe. There may even be like a love triangle going on here. And what I do see for those of you who you're like, Mel, there's no love triangle, nobody has an addiction, like it's fine. For the other flip side of you, this is celebration. This is that celebration energy here. And maybe that is you witnessing other people at this celebration who could be falling down drunk, or they may be saying things and you're like, well, I'm just going to kind of keep my distance here. I'm going to create a boundary. So I feel like you are aware of, your limits. That's the message I'm getting. You are aware of your limits. You're aware of your boundaries here. So what other people are doing, I always say what other people think of us, what other people are doing is none of our business. And I see that you are someone who is highly composed here. But maybe you are being guided to have a little bit of fun here, and with healthy boundaries, of course, with safety precautions in measure. So I like the 3 of Cups because it's celebratory. So some of you may even have an event. You may have a travel opportunity here. This could be a wedding or some sort of social engagement where you could meet someone if you're looking for love. And I see here that, because that move, again, is coming in, you see the bags packed, you see the suitcases. Some of you could connect to a new love, perhaps after a move or during travel or when you return back from travel here. It could even be someone who may be a bit at a distance. But I see that you are wanting to maybe get to know this individual a little bit better before you make any bigger decisions. So what is the hope and fear? The Emperor. The Emperor as a hope is taking control of what you can control. It is about stability. You know, the Emperor is disciplined and he is orderly and he is an excellent father. He is someone who, you know, is in control of his own life because he doesn't let the pot get stirred in a way that causes the downfall here. He is someone who he's this emperor because he's taken calculated risks by not being impulsive, by maintaining his own sense of composure here. And I feel like this is what you are wanting. You want to attract someone who is an emperor because you are not settling for less than you deserve. And if this is your energy here, maybe you're already in a dynamic here, you want someone to level up. You want someone to level up because you have done a lot of work and you're hoping that someone else is willing to do the same. And you've been trying to be patient here with that temperance. And I feel like you could even be engaging in a connection here. For those of you that are celebrating here, or you will be celebrating meeting a new person, because something is shifting. And I feel like there is someone that you are attracting or calling in, possibly a fire sign, maybe an Aries, but you are calling someone in who could even be a father or could be a business owner or someone that has a lot going on, but they are going to make time for the things that are important to them. And I feel like you are important to them. So this is about magnetic energy, just like the magnetized car that came out for you. What you are magnetizing is also magnetizing you. And this is where the magic exists here, and something that feels strong and stable and connected. So what's the guidance? What action or shift will open your heart and nurture greater love? The Nine of Cups, extreme self-care. You know, taking care of you, taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, you know, allowing yourself that leisurely time to soak in a nice warm bath, to go out there and take your dog for a walk if you have one, or to get out there and go hiking or sign up for that class. You know, sometimes it feels like we don't have a lot of time. We get off of work and we're tired, and we may have a family at home to take care of. And by the time dinner is made and the kids are put to bed, you may be thinking, Mel, I don't have time for anything else. I don't have time to, you know, put myself out there and meet new love. But something is shifting here. Either your priorities, your mindset, or maybe there's a space opening up for you where you're allotting this time to focus on not only you, but focusing on, you know, expanding love and meeting and connecting with new energies here. Because the Nine of Cups is, as an action step, is participating in things and people and relationships that emotionally fulfill you. And I do see you moving out of that Eight of Cups into this Nine, which is beautiful. But let's get an action step here for you. What do we need to know for Pisces? You are whole. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You're not crazy. You're not unworthy. You are whole. You are here to remember your divinity and connect with your highest self. I just want to make a comment here for this Emperor. The Emperor showed up in the fears. If some of you dealt with a narcissist, or you dealt with someone very controlling in the past, or you have dealt with someone very greedy, very possessive, and they have made you feel like you are broken, crazy, or unworthy, this is you moving on from that version of you. And I see that you are happier now because you are remembering in your wholeness. You're remembering your greatness, Pisces. You are here to remember your divinity and connect with your highest self. This is your action step. It's actually action step I recommend a lot to my clients. Look yourself in the mirror. Place your hand on your heart. Say to yourself, I love you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Your mantra, I love me. I am whole. I am worthy. I am lovable. And I am safe. And that's what you are doing. You may be embracing your own masculine energy at this time. I feel like you are taking the necessary action steps that you need to take accountability here and to live and lead a happier, more abundant life. That right there is powerful. That is courageous. That is you remembering your divinity. So that is a powerful step you are making. What's the outcome? How will this inner work shape the love that flows into your outer world? Well, it's going to turn everything here. It's a turning point, right? This is about you going with the flow more and feeling like, wow, there doesn't have to be resistance at every turn. I can feel like I'm in flow. I can feel like I'm in alignment. So this is a turning point. There is a cycle that is coming to an end because that's what life is about, cycles. And I feel like you are feeling more renewed and you are moving into divine timing of things where there's a new chapter of your life, of your story, of your soul opening up. And it is a powerful move indeed. So I love that coming through for you. Now let's get a message from the wisdom of the oracle. What do we have, please, for Pisces? You have building blocks. So I think I mentioned in the beginning, addressing any cracks in the foundation. That's what you've been doing, right? Building blocks, taking a look at, what you've been building day by day, piece by piece, moment by moment. It reminds me of Jenga as well. If you've ever played that game, Jenga, it's like you're being careful not to pull out the wrong piece because you don't want everything to topple over. I feel like you have been, putting the pieces together where it feels more solid, right? Instead of pulling out, maybe you're pulling out the rotten pieces and you're replacing them with something that feels firmer, something that feels more stable, more secure. So you're tending to your own, inner home is what I would say here. And you're getting to a point where you're feeling stronger, right? I am getting the song, I'm Stronger Than Yesterday. Is that a Britney Spears song? Stronger Than Yesterday. And I feel like you are, like day by day, you're getting stronger. Some of you may have even suffered from some sort of a health issue, or perhaps, again, whatever this death energy was that you've gone through, it's taken a little while for you to come back out of, or it's taken a little while for you to finally feel like things are moving along again. Because when you go through such tragedy or when you go through such loss or endings, it takes time. It takes time. It's not something that, in a day or in a week, okay, we're good, we're fine, because there's a process here. And I feel like you are trusting in this process, but it finally feels like you're adding a new layer to the foundation here of your existence. And it could certainly be with someone by your side as well, or that is something you may be wanting to call in or attract. Okay, let's get a final message from your crystal spirits. So if you can safely do so, Pisces, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal, Pisces, that you are familiar with and maybe even know the name of. Your gemstone could show up as a specific shape, size, or color. Your crystal could be giving off frequencies of unconditional love, guidance, protection, or safety. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is drop your crystal, whether it's the name, the shape, the size, whatever was showing up in your mind's eye. Drop it in the comment section below. I personally will enter you into that giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the community tab. All right, your crystal for the month of October, you have Auralite. Auralite is all about mindfulness. It's about meditation on the present. Are you mindful, Pisces, of what is going on right now in your relationships, including the relationship you have with yourself, its qualities and patterns? Auralite spirit wants you to observe what is working so that you can build upon it. There's the builder energy. And to see what is not working so that you can begin to address it, right? Address the cracks in the foundation. Be fully present in your relationships today. Meditate. And then as you interact with those you love, pay attention, observing without judgment. Noticing what is happening without spinning a story of shoulds and oughta haves. Open your eyes that you might deepen your love and connection. For now, your ability to be present and free of distractions is very strong. That's that temperance energy here as well. Temperance certainly can be, mindfulness and meditation. Now, Auralite contains 23, maybe that's a significant number for some of you. I mean, you could be born on the 8th, the 28th, or 23. Contains 23 different minerals and is a healer on so many levels. No one benefit outweighs the others. Starting slowly, meditating with this stone for short periods of time regularly allows us to become used to its energy. It works on all of the chakras. So this is one of the few stones that connects with all 7 of the main chakras, which we have thousands of them. It works on all chakras and is a stone that can be used effectively to address any issues of the mind, body, and spirit. So again, that message has come through quite a few times for you in your reading. Body, mind, spirit. So healing and taking a look at things from a holistic point of view, meaning you're moving beyond the surface here and you're seeing beyond the surface. You're getting in touch with the things in life that are important to you, the people who are important to you. You are being present here in the eye of maybe some shifts, some changes that you are wanting to address, because this is what you want in your life, Pisces. You want that sun to flow out into your world. And even when the dissonant notes of life happen, right, you are still getting in tune, right? You're still able to harmonize even if there is a bad note that plays out in your life. I feel like you are embracing change better. You're celebrating yourself. You are magnetizing what it is that you are wanting, and you are getting lost in the rhythm of that sacred essence of yours, right? Getting lost in time, deepening that intimacy within, connecting more with yourself than maybe you ever have in your life. And that is what I have for you, Pisces. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And for those of you that may be interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information below or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.